settings right here. Getting a little bit of lag, like I was trying to record and stream at the same time, but not, I don't think my system can handle that. How do we share this? Where is, B/Wayland Walker? Is that it? Yes. All right. All right, so here, let's send it out. Going live for Kedro Spaceflights tutorial. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open Kedro Spaceflights tutorial. And this is coming from, you go to github.com. Quantum Black Labs Kedro. Yato has an issue in here asking for some folks to do some recordings, create, going through the spaceflights tutorial. See if we can search for a space. Here we go, tutorial walkthrough. Okay, so we're going to do space flights. I don't know if, apparently it's 90 minutes. I don't know if I have time to get through the whole thing this morning. Scenarios, it's 2160 and the space tourism industry is booming. Globally, there are thousands of space shuttle companies taking tourists to the moon and back. You have been able to source amenities offered by each space shuttle, customer reviews, and company information. You want to construct a model for predicting the price for each trip to the moon and the corresponding return flight. In this tutorial, we illustrate the typical Kedro workflow, steps necessary to convert an empty Kedro template into a working project. In the text, we assume that you create an empty project, follow the tutorial by copying and pasting example code into the project as we described. The tutorial will take approximately 2 hours. You will learn each step of the Kedro development workflow by working on an example to construct nodes and pipelines, price prediction model. All right. So this is coming from the perspective of someone who's used Kedro since just before it went open source. And before the spaceflights tutorial existed. What do we need to do? We need to cd git I'm going to change the I'm going to change it just slightly. We're going to do pipx run Kedro new starter equals space flights. So while we are making a new project, so generate the starter. We've got the typical workflow. We've got the new command install. Configure the following conf logging credentials. Any other sensitive information? Go into the Twitch dashboard. Just this is all new to me, so I don't even know what I'm supposed to be looking at. Okay. I'll keep that open just to see if there's something I'm supposed to see. So we're going to set up the data locally in the data folder. References to all the data sets in the project will be conf-base catalog.yaml. Create the pipeline. Transformation steps using Python functions. Construct pipeline by adding functions as nodes. Choose how to run your pipeline sequentially or in parallel. Package the project. Build the documentation. And then we'll, of course, use a Git workflow. Okay, so pipx is ready to go. We're going to call this Kedro Spaceflights. Oh, I probably posed myself there. I wanted like a title case, Kedro Spaceflights. Here we go. Kedro Spaceflights. Yep. And the name of the Python package with underscores, of course. Get a little more light on in here. I have 2 viewers. I don't know if that counts me or not. All right, so we have the project set up, and use I'm gonna do a team accession Kedro Spaceflights. Okay, and this will pop me into the directory that we just made with the pipx run Kedro new. Now, once I get a cursor, there we go, clear. I want to do a git. Let's do a move homes. Let's back up and then not what I wanted. Move zsh rc dot back to ZSHRC move ZSHR history. Back. Just so I'm not like throwing up something from my history that I shouldn't be. All right, now we have a clean history here, so we're not gonna display things we shouldn't. Clear git init. We could do a git remote. Why not? Let's go over here. Do a github.com. And new. Kedro Spaceflights. Okay. Apparently I've already got a space flights. Let's look at it. I don't think I've ever done it. I probably looked at it or something. Okay. What's going on?
So far, I flew into the barrier at the end of the map. It's like a long way plan. Look.
You are so far away. All right, we're gonna delete Wayland Walker's last space flights. Password confirm. Okay, new repo. Kedro Space Flights. Okay. Working through the Kedro Space Flights tutorial 5. Great repo. So now we're going to do the old we have nothing to push yet, so there we'll skip the last one. Okay, we're good. Back to the instructions, and then we're going to check out feature project template. Get a copy first. You can just copy the whole thing. Okay, so we're going to add everything from the starter and push it. Okay. Now if we refresh here. Okay. Oh, and this became our default because that was the first branch we pushed to. So that may be something to think about in the tutorial instructions. Okay. Real quick, I have hotkey over to my blog. We'll make some notes here. Maybe we'll raise a PR or something. So I'll edit pages space flights tutorial. MD. Make a note that initial push to non-main branch makes that branch default. Okay, go back to where we were, and okay, I went to the next page tutorial. Navigating to the chosen working directory, the following. Create a new Kedro. We already have a Kedro project, don't we? We do. So that might be a little confusing. That we. You can go get water, buddy. Okay, right now I'm working, okay? You can go get your water. Um, Second page asks to run Kedro new after we ran Kedro new dash starter equals. What was the starter? Spaceflights or starter spaceflights? Space flights first page. And then oh, get up. Now, okay, now we got to go do our Kedro install. We are ready for that. I'll agree to that. Oh, no, no. We don't have a virtual environment anywhere. Okay, I'm going to VNV. So I have an alias called dir_env that will create and activate a new virtual environment in the directory I'm at. Okay, is it? It's still thinking. Okay, after that, we need to do the Kedro install. The generic project template comes with typical dependencies and source requirements.txt. Here's an example that you might find version numbers slightly different. Okay, makes sense. And then we need extra panda stuff. So let's just, before we even do Kedro install, we're going to go to our requirements in. Do they not have requirements in on the space flights? Space flights does not have requirements in. That's interesting. So we don't get pip compile or any fun stuff like that. My network is really hurting today. Um, where Python? Where pip? Okay, that took way too long to make an environment. um, but it's where we want it. So let's do pip install Kedro. So I like to run pipx run Kedro pipx run Kedro new, as it gives me that latest version of Kedro every time, or I can specify a version as I'm running it. It gives me a more consistent feel rather than just basing that on the last time I happened to do a pip install Kedro. Pipx run doesn't work with Kedro install. It would do a Kedro install inside the pipx sandbox rather than my virtual environment. So now we need to do a pip install Kedro. Maybe while that's running, we can read through. Okay, alternatively, you can edit your requirements.txt directly to modify your list of dependencies, replacing requirement with 17.3 with your following version of Kedro. Okay, we have 17.3 in the template, so we're good. I'm curious how this build rex is going to work. In my experience, you need it works off of a requirements.in and it generates a requirements.txt. Potentially. We don't have a requirements.in because we haven't ran Kedro install yet. Okay, last step. You may optionally add in any requirements to conf local credentials.yaml that you would need to load specific data sources like usernames, passwords. Some examples are given within the file to illustrate how to store credentials. Additional information may be found in advanced documentation configuration. This stage of the workflow, you may also want to set up logging, but we do not use it in this tutorial. I'm sure logging is part of the template. Yeah, we have a logging.yaml. Okay. As far as it looks, this appears to be pretty much like just the standard Kedro template, logging.yaml. All right, setting up the data in this session, we discuss how to set up. Okay, we have Kedro installed now. We can do. We're lagging behind where we're reading. We're reading ahead here, so we can do. Let's just make sure where Kedro. It's in our virtual environment, so we can do Kedro new. No, not Kedro new. Kedro install. Also note. Um, I didn't see where they ran a virtual environment. Oh. Why am I getting this error? It's not installed. How is Kedro picking up a plugin that I don't have installed on this virtual environment? Um, it's a little strange. We're going to pip install more iter tools and move forward. I bet it goes deeper. I bet it's like a pluggy issue or something, how pluggy registers plugins, or how I've created that specific one. And this, okay, we read that. We're going to add data sets to data, register data sets in the catalog, add your data sets to data. The Spaceflights tutorial makes use of fictional data sets of companies shuttling customers to the moon and back. You will use the moon data to train and predict the price of shuttle hire. However, before you get to train the model, you need to prepare the data for building by creating a master table. The Spaceflight tutorial has 3 files and uses 2 data formats, CSV and XLSX. Download the files to raw directory. All right, we are going to curl. We can also Kedro install. I'm going to do a new pane while that's running. I'm going to click copy, paste, and this is going to curl to data one review reviews.csv, data one reviews company CSV, data one shuttles.xlsx. Okay, interesting. It's packaged inside of Kedro. GitHub.io. Maybe this is something I'm less familiar with. Okay, so that's ls here. ls our data. Oh, ls01 raw. Okay, so we have our 3 files. So go back to the other pane. No module found more editor tools. What is your deal here, Kedro? Where, Kedro? We are going to paste you in, because I suspect a different Kedro is somehow taking precedence in my shell. Register the datasets. You'll now need to register the datasets so they can be loaded by Kedro. All Kedro projects have a conf-based catalog.yaml file. You can register each dataset by adding a named entry to the YAML file. The entry should include the following: file path, parameters, version, type of data, versioning. Kedro supports a number of different data types, and those supported can be found in the API documentation. Kedro uses fspec to read data from a variety of data stores, including local file system, network file system, cloud object stores, HDFS. For the Spaceflights tutorial, we need to register CSV datasets by adding the following snippet at the end of the catalog.yaml. It's just a little bit briefer. So the top pane here in Tmux is NeoVim. I'm running Telescope to find my catalog.yaml. It's in conf-based catalog YAML. And it looks like they come with a bunch of stuff. So this appears to be some example data sets out of the template. Tells me the data catalog supports being able to reference the same file and to using transcoding. Okay, so that thing it was saying there was Was it showing an example up here? They don't show an example. Okay. This is just saying like you can have two different types of loaders, like a Spark or a Pandas data set pointed to the same file, I believe. Um, so you could load the same data set as like a Spark data set or a Pandas data set. Okay. So we've got, do we have some of these? We have data O1 reviews, companies, layer, raw, and reviews. So this is already done for us. Um, so as soon as my network kicks in, maybe this shows maybe next time I need to at least get myself a virtual environment up and running before I do anything. We could potentially cheat here. While that one is thinking, can I? Oh, maybe it's gonna go before I can even get it. VNV. I don't know if I can activate a Conda environment over top of a virtual environment, but we're gonna give it a shot. Kedro, diff. No. I guess I just deactivate, don't I? I don't have to go in there. Okay. A Kedro diff. So I typically use Conda, but lately I've been trying to switch over to virtual environments. So that's where today we're using VNV. For some reason, it's probably my Durand throwing me off. Yeah. Can we off for now? No. We'll wait. We'll wait. Anyways, we need everything installed for this to be able to run. I'll close this other one. We won't cheat. Now register Excel datasets. So shuttles.xlsx. It's right there in the middle. Then we can load shuttles and do shuttles.head and then exit. Kedro supports a number of datasets out of the box. Oh, you cannot see the bottom. I wonder how long I've been reading the bottom where you guys can't see. Kedro supports a number of datasets out of the box. You can support any proprietary data format or file system in your pipeline. Yep. Custom datasets are super easy to make. It just find a dataset that's close to what you need, copy it into your project, and just start tweaking it. And it's pretty straightforward, just kind of following along with what they've already got for their built-in datasets. This section covers the third part of the standard development workflow, which was that image of the layers with the nice gold and black. So we are on. Okay, so we did step 1. Step 2, now we're on step 3, creating a pipeline, packaging the project. Okay, data processing pipeline. You've previously registered raw data sets for your Kedro project. Now you can create nodes to pre-process 2 of the... You know what I probably did? I think I understand what's going on now. I think the starter is the solution, and that wasn't clear to me at the first. So they're going to have us put it in data processing nodes.py. Data nodes.py. Oh, yep, this is done. This is done. All right. What do we do here? What do we do here? Because we've spent this whole time waiting on this silly virtual environment to kick off. Um, I think I think we can get back. Let's quit here and let's hack into some things. Conf base. I guess we probably just want to like clear them. We'll leave the files there. I was gonna delete them, but let's just leave them there for simplicity. All right. We're gonna open up catalog.yaml. We're gonna delete everything. Save. We're gonna find some nodes. So we have 2 nodes files. I'm gonna delete them. Right all. What what else would have been? I guess probably I'm gonna guess our hooks or our pipeline registry was tampered with. Uh, hooks, pipeline registry. Okay. Delete these. Delete these. Delete these. Okay. And then pipeline. Delete everything. Pipeline. Delete everything. Let's do file browser. conf base. Okay. Local has our credentials. Can I not see previews because I'm too zoomed in? File browser. Yeah. Okay. Conf local credentials. That's fine. Base logging is standard. Okay. Parameters has things filled out. Okay. Save. Oh, back to file browser. File browser. Let's go to source. Kedro Spaceflights. Those probably didn't change. Pipelines. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good because we changed these guys. They might have us like make it with like a Kedro pipeline new command or something. It looks like we have requirements installed. What was even the last command we did? Okay, did a Kedro install. Here, I'm gonna do alias Kedro equals this Kedro. That way we don't run into this issue, that issue of the wrong Kedro in my shell getting picked up. That was my bad. I don't know what's going on with my shell this morning. So now we can do the Kedro IPython. I'll pull this over here. I'll hit back. And they asked us to do this. Okay. But we can't do that because we don't have data sets, do we? Now I can open catalog, base catalog, and paste. Nope. Paste. Save. And then once I run Kedro Python, I should get a couple of variables here called context, session, and catalog. So the one I'm looking for right now is catalog. I'm going to list them first. All I get is parameters. Save, reload, Kedro. Okay, now I get companies and reviews, and I can catalog dot load and these. Okay, we're good. And then next was the shuttles. New line, paste, and reload. Can we autocomplete? There we go. This might be a good point too. So they, in this tutorial, asked us somewhere to do Kedro Python, right? Oh, and then they did exit. We didn't exit. We did. We're probably skipping ahead. They likely bring up reload Kedro later on in the tutorial. We can do Kedro, or no, catalog list. And now we have shuttles. Catalog load. Make sure we have all the Excel stuff installed. shuttles. Oh, I don't even know. Future warnings. And then it's just a bit slow to load. Okay, we read through this. And now we're talking about pipelines. Um, and we're going to go to add the following data processing pipeline.py. We're going to find files, data processing pipeline.py. This one. And I'm going to import normal stuff. I typically don't split my pipelines and nodes into two different files, but we are. Okay, create, it asks us to create node functions in a nodes.py. Add the code below to two functions. Okay, we skipped ahead again. I'll do a split and we'll have, what are we going to do? We'll do pipeline on the right and nodes on the left. And we're going to expand, copy, paste. And now that might shut up. We'll see. Oh. And then we can collapse, assemble nodes into the pipeline. Each. Okay. I feel like this is a little bit of just copy and paste. On some of this stuff. So just hard. Like how do you have a tutorial that's quick and easy to get through and not have a bunch of this? Okay, so we're gonna go to the pipeline and we're gonna add this guy. Okay, and our LSP is happy. Paste. Okay, so we're gonna have a pipeline with two nodes, process companies, process shuttles. We're going to open up companies and shuttles, and we're going to create process companies, process shuttles. We're going to name those nodes. We are pulling process companies and process shuttles from our nodes file. And our nodes file has process companies that looks at, creates companies IATA approved. Here, let's do an on this guy. We can zoom in. Prepared data with company rating converted to a float and IATA approved converted Boolean. Okay. So we're converting to a Boolean. Is true. Looks if X is equal to T. Okay. Parse percentage. Company rating. Converts a string to it replaces the percent to nothing. This is probably the Excel data set that we just loaded. Shuttles. No companies is the, anyways, that's fine. And then once we parse the strings to percentages, we return companies. So we're just doing some cleanup here. And then shuttles, check complete is true, D check complete is true. Again, just checks for equals T. Okay. So we can pull up either of these. shuttles. Oh, this was gross. I forgot about this. Okay. Next up. Okay, we have shuttles and companies. Companies equals that. We can look at companies. Company rating. Okay, we see, oh, we got nans in there, and a bunch of strings. Okay, okay, we're good. I wanted to see the one of the true things, and we're gonna do IATA approved. So it's T and F. Okay, so we're returning if X equals T. True. If it's not T, then false. Good, good. Okay. Do we not have our split anymore? Oh, I did only. So I think we're good. I think we have a pipeline with nodes, but Kedro does not know where those nodes are. Okay. Data processing pipeline. Create pipeline. Huh? I can't understand you.
The TV screen is not transparent.
Okay. I'll come help you after I'm done, okay? Next is we've created the pipeline. Be sure to import. Yep, we did that. You should create a file, init.py, and then from pipeline import. I think we have cheated. Init.py on data processing. We're going to delete the header here. And we should make this error shut up under all. Create. What am I thinking? There we go. Oh, they put no QA. I wonder why Pyrite didn't pick up on no QA. I would prefer to see Dunderall instead of no QA. Personally. All right, I gotta go help some kids. I'll be back. That took longer than anticipated. Full time dad, nurse, data scientist, team lead, whatever we want to call me. Too much going on in life. Um, let's see what time. I think we're probably getting about a time I need to jump into real work. So I might cap us off here soon and go take care of some work. Come back later and start a. We'll start this up again. Um, I had a bunch of stumbling points to just getting the stream started. I had no idea. This is the first time I've ever done that. I had no idea what I was doing. And the virtual environments, we should be set up to rock and roll now. So I don't know how long we're in here. This first, probably an hour. Yep, we're just an hour in. So 1 hour, and we're pretty much just set up. Um, I think I'm gonna cap it off, and then we will resume later. Um, since we have no viewers, we have nobody to rate. We we can't rate anybody, so we're just gonna sign off.